Welcome back. Before you start your funding application process, the very first thing you need to do is what we're going to talk about now. What's the first thing you need to do before you start applying for money? Before you even search for what's available, let me tell you this. This is the first thing you need to do. You need to sit down and write what's called a concept page. Now, when we say a concept page, it may be a 1 A4 page or 1.5 A4 pages, but maximum 2 pages, no more than that. The reason why is that, number one, sometimes funders will require you to send them your concept page. There is a particular funder I know that will tell you, okay, send us your concept page first, and then we'll see whether it's something we want to support or not. The second reason why we would suggest you write a concept page is that it makes you to focus your idea in a very, very instructive manner, so that you will know exactly what you are talking about when you come to start completing the application forms. Without your concept page, you're going to be clutching on straws because there is no very good process in front of you that you're working from. So your concept page will help you to work from an orderly perspective. Now, your concept page, I'm going to get into what needs to be in it in a moment. Your concept page, though, when you're writing it, it needs to be interesting. It also needs to be engaging. It needs to be interesting to read. Nobody wants to read some boring, uninteresting text, okay? So try and put it in a most interesting way, a most engaging way, in a way that people feel drawn into your story. If you can tell a story as part of the problem, for example, that we're going to talk about in a moment, then it's a good way to do it. The second thing is it needs to persuade the reader of your organization's competence or expertise to actually deliver the project. So when we come to the experience, you need to display that you have perhaps done certain projects or executed on certain projects that gives you the expertise and knowledge to be able to deliver what you're asking the funder to fund. Okay, so what needs to be in the concept page? Number one, you need to describe the problem. I'm going to look at an example in a moment. You need to describe what the problem is. What is the problem you're trying to solve? Are you trying to solve the mortality rate problem? Are you trying to solve the problems, poverty problems? As we go on in the course, we're going to show you the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which is where you can get your problems from. We'll get there in a few videos to come. But you already know a problem that you are trying to solve. Try and quote some of the statistics that relates to that particular problem, okay? Then you're going to talk about who you're trying to help. Are you trying to help the youth? Are you trying to help widows? Are you trying to help orphans? Are you trying to help farmers? Are you trying to help those who are digitally illiterate? Are you trying to help the uneducated? Are you trying to help young girls? You're going to talk about who you're trying to help. Then you would then relate that to the project you want to deliver that you think solves the problem that you mentioned earlier. That's important. What is your project going to look like? How long will it take to deliver? Who is going to be engaged in that project? Who are those delivering that project? What expertise are you going to get in to deliver the project? Who are you going to be working with on that project? Any information like that will be very useful in that section. And then finally, you talk about the experience that you've gained. What experience do you have? You don't have to have the exact experience of the project you want to deliver because the project could be new, so you've not delivered the project before, but you need to show that your experience fits in with the project you want to deliver. Nobody wants to give you money. Listen, let me just say this now. Raising grant funding, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, to be honest, right? You got to really focus on on doing this if it's gonna work. Sure, it's grant and you don't have to pay it back. It's not a loan. It's not an investment. It's not equity funding. It's not somebody giving you seed capital and they're hoping to get something out of it at the end. No, but it is people who have come together to provide money to solve particular problems around the world. And therefore, they are very strict on who they give money to. If you do not show yourself credible, if you do not show yourself able, you're not going to get the money. So putting down the experience that you've got that relates to the project you want to deliver is absolutely critical when it comes to raising grant funding. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go and take a look at a concept page example. This is just an example. It's that we made up. Okay. It's a made up example because obviously I cannot show you, I cannot show you the concept pages of our clients. All right. So let's go take a look at it and we're back in a moment.